Isabella, it's just wild how often we, miss the most obvious things, right? Or, not obvious, but that little flicker, that tiny, tiny voice.
Oh, totally, Sophia. Like, you mean that immediate zing you get? Like you meet someone or you hear a new idea and there's just this little a hesitation? Is that it?
Yes, exactly. That's it, Isabella. You've hit it right there. I call it, the 3-second red flag. It's not like a big, glaring, waving banner, no. It's that initial, almost imperceptible feeling, that gut instinct that flashes up within 3 seconds of an interaction or a situation. But then we ignore it. Like, oh, it's probably nothing. My research, it really points to the amygdala, our emotional processing center, firing off these quick, unconscious appraisals. It's like a super fast internal alarm system, It's trying to tell you something crucial, but we're so good at pushing it down, especially, I think, if you're the type of person who always puts others first, or maybe worries about being too judgy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that resonates so much. Like, I've done that so many times. Like, I felt that flicker, that little pause in my gut. And then, my brain jumps in with, no, Isabella, be nice, give them a chance. And then, weeks or months later, I'm like, there it was, that first moment. It's like my body knew before my brain did, right? Precisely. Your body always knows first. It's just that we're often trained societally to prioritize politeness, to prioritize logic even, over what is essentially ancient primal wisdom. It's like our internal GPS, it tried to reroute us, but we stubbornly kept driving straight into the ditch. So why do we do that, Sophia? Why are we so good at pushing down that initial knowing? Because, if it's there for a reason, if it's protecting us, why do we constantly override it? What's going on there psychologically, like for real?
Oh, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, there are a few layers to it. First, and this is a big one, social conditioning. From childhood, we're taught to be nice, to not judge a book by its cover, to give people the benefit of the doubt. These are good principles in moderation, of course, but they can silence our protective instincts. Then there's cognitive dissonance, Isabella. We want people to be good. We want situations to work out. So when our gut gives us a conflicting signal, our brain tries to resolve that discomfort by dismissing the signal. It's like, no, this person must be fine because I want them to be fine, right? And also fear of being wrong. No one wants to be wrong or seem cynical. It's particularly true, for empathetic individuals. If you're someone who really, really tries to see the best in others, you might actually be more prone to ignoring these crucial flags.
Right, yeah. Like it's easier to just push it away than deal with the uncomfortable feeling of, wait, is this person actually not good for me? That's a really challenging thing to confront, especially if you've invested already, or if you just generally like people. It's like our optimism sometimes becomes a blind spot.
Exactly, it becomes a blind spot. And it's not just about, big, bad people. Sometimes it's just about incompatible energies or someone who's going to be a drain emotionally. The red flag isn't always, this person is evil. No, sometimes it's just, this person isn't for you. But because we think, oh, I should be open, we override that subtle caution. It's a tricky balance,
Okay, so we're ignoring these flags. What's the real cost, though? Like, beyond just feeling a little bit uncomfortable, what happens when we consistently ignore that gut feeling, Sophia?
Oh, the cost, Isabella, it's immense. It's not just a little discomfort. First, you're constantly engaging in emotional labor that isn't necessary. You're trying to rationalize away things that your subconscious has already tagged as problematic. That's draining, really, really draining. And then there's the relational aspect. You end up in relationships, be they friendships, professional or romantic, that consistently leave you feeling depleted or unappreciated, or even worse, taken advantage of. You find yourself bending over backwards for people who wouldn't do the same for you. Over time, this erodes your self-trust. You start to doubt your own judgment, thinking, oh, I'm always wrong about people. It creates a cycle, you know? You ignore the flag, you get hurt, you lose trust in yourself, and then you're even less likely to heed the next flag. It's a very painful negative feedback loop, especially if you find yourself constantly feeling drained after certain interactions.
Wow, that's so true. I think for me, I've noticed it in like group dynamics sometimes. You meet a new person in a friend group and you have that little like, something's off here. But everyone else seems to like them, so you just go along with it. And then, weeks later, they're causing drama or saying something really hurtful. And you're just like, I knew it. I really, really knew it. And it does. It makes you feel kind of silly for not trusting yourself. It's a huge cost.
Absolutely. And that feeling of, I knew it, that's your intuition trying to break through the noise. It's trying to say, see, I told you. But by then, you're already in it. And it takes so much energy to untangle yourself from those situations. It's like the 3-second red flag is a little warning light on your car dashboard, but we're driving past it, hoping the engine won't seize up.
So how do we get better at spotting these things? Because, like you said, they're not always, huge flashing signs. What are some of those really subtle, almost invisible cues that we should really be paying attention to, Sophia?
Okay, so this is where it gets interesting and actually really empowering. It's not just about what they say, but how they make you feel and what they do when they think no one's watching or when they're under pressure. One subtle sign is the constant one-upmanship or subtle dismissiveness disguised as humor. Like someone always has a bigger story, or they lightly mock your ideas, but then say, oh, I'm just kidding, right? Another is a subtle lack of reciprocity. They're always talking about themselves, but when you try to share, they quickly pivot back. Or what I call future faking. Lots of grand plans and promises, but no follow-through on the small stuff. And crucially, Isabella, pay attention to how your body reacts. Do your shoulders tense up when they enter the room? Do you feel a tightness in your chest or stomach? That's your primal self communicating. It's telling you, hey, something here isn't quite right for you.
Oh, wow. The body reactions thing is huge. I feel like, for me, sometimes my jaw gets really tight around certain people, and I never really connected it to a red flag before. Just thought I was stressed, But it's like my body is trying to warn me, and I'm just clenching away. That's so powerful. It's almost like learning a new language, the language of our own physical sensations.
It absolutely is, Isabella. It's your inner wisdom trying to reach you. And it's important to remember these are subtle. They're not always overt aggression. Sometimes it's the quiet way someone subtly undermines you or consistently makes you feel small without ever saying anything overtly mean. It's the persistent feeling of not quite being seen or heard, that persistent little whisper that something is off.
Okay, so we've identified these flags, we understand why we ignore them, and we know the cost. So, like the big question, Sophia, what do we do? How do we start to actually listen to that gut feeling and really reclaim our intuition? I mean, where do we even begin?
Okay, this is where the actionable stuff comes in, and it's transformative, truly. First and foremost, we have to acknowledge the feeling without judgment. When that little flicker, that subtle discomfort arises, don't immediately try to rationalize it away. Just pause and say to yourself internally, okay, I'm feeling this. This is a real feeling. Don't label it as good or bad. Just notice it. Validate it. Your internal alarm system, it's there for a reason. Think of it like a smoke detector, right? You don't ignore the smoke detector because you're polite or because you hope there isn't a fire. You check it out. Journaling can be incredibly powerful here. When you feel that red flag, write it down. Describe the situation, how you felt physically, emotionally, It's not about becoming cynical, no. It's about becoming incredibly self-aware. It's about reconnecting with a part of yourself that's been muted for too long.
That makes so much sense. Like just allowing the feeling to exist instead of immediately trying to squash it down or analyze it to death. Just, okay, I feel this. And then, like you said, just observing it. I think that's really, really empowering because it puts you back in control of your own internal experience, right? It's not about what they're doing, it's about what you're sensing.
Exactly, Isabella. It's about saying, my feelings are valid. And give yourself permission to feel that hesitation, that discomfort. This first step is just about awareness. It's about building that muscle again, that intuitive muscle that we've let atrophy a little bit. We're tuning into our most primal self-preservation mechanism, but with conscious intention this time.
So once you've acknowledged and validated that feeling, that's when you start to take action, right? And the action doesn't always have to be dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as creating space. If you feel that red flag, maybe don't immediately commit to plans. Say, let me check my calendar, or I'll get back to you. It's about buying yourself time to observe more. You're not cutting people off immediately, no, but you're giving yourself permission to slow down and verify. And then boundaries. Boundaries are so crucial here. It's about gently but firmly setting limits based on what your intuition is telling you. If someone's energy feels off, you can choose to shorten interactions or decline invitations that would put you in uncomfortable situations.
Oh, that's really hard for a lot of people, Sophia, especially if they're, naturally accommodating. Saying no or creating that space, it feels almost aggressive sometimes, doesn't it? But it's really just self-protection, right? It's not about being mean, it's about being kind to yourself.
Absolutely, Isabella. It's self-preservation, not selfishness. The ultimate breakthrough here is realizing that your gut feeling isn't a flaw, it's your superpower. It's your internal system telling you, hey, this aligns with your values and energy, or, uh-oh, maybe not so much. And by honoring it, you fundamentally change the kind of relationships you attract and sustain. You start to trust yourself again, which, honestly, is the most powerful thing you can do for your well-being. It's not about being perfect, no. It's about practicing, learning to listen, and slowly, gently retuning your internal compass. And then, then the magic happens. You find yourself surrounded by people who truly uplift you because you've learned to gently but firmly filter out what doesn't serve you.
I love that, Sophia. Your superpower. It really is. It's like our bodies, our intuition, they're always whispering to us. And we just need to remember to listen. What a great, great reminder for all of us.
Yes, exactly. And trust me, once you start, you'll wonder why you ever ignored it.
Absolutely, Sophia. And recognizing that this gut feeling is a strength, not a flaw, is truly transformative for our overall well-being. This journey of reclaiming self-trust is a powerful and ongoing commitment.
Indeed. If these scientific insights into human intuition have resonated with you, we encourage you to engage with this episode. Your likes, shares, and subscriptions are invaluable as they enable us to extend this vital information to a broader audience seeking greater self-awareness. Yes, please do. And we genuinely value your input. Share your thoughts on future topics you're curious about in the comments. And for fun, what's your favorite word for intuition and a related emoji? Mine's gut feeling with a spark emoji. An excellent proposition, Isabella. To all our listeners, thank you for joining us on this profound journey toward enhanced self-awareness and cultivated self-trust. Until our next discussion, always remember to attune yourselves to that quiet, discerning voice within.